And last week, we told you about Put-in-Bay's excitement to welcome tourists back to the island for this summer. But allegations of misconduct within the Put-in-Bay Police Department still loom. Tyler Paley went looking for answers and found out what changes village leaders are making at police headquarters.
The village of Put-in-Bay is seeking to turn the page on a tumultuous chapter as it continues a court battle against a pair of federal lawsuits. They accuse the police department of excessive force. This body cam footage is from May 24th, just shy of 1 year ago. Lieutenant Michael Russo is accused of approaching Monica Gulledge from behind and slamming her to the ground. Less than 2 weeks later, on June 6th, Lieutenant Russo was involved in another widely publicized incident. He and Corporal Terry Rutledge Jr. pulled over a golf cart because too many people were on board. 6 black men were arrested, but charges were later dropped, and those officers were placed on leave.
Get back! You want to get shot? Get back!
Along with the lawsuits came an FBI investigation, and one ordered by Mayor Jessica Dress.
It's going to not only be a look into what happened and how it happened and why it happened, but it's also going to come out with recommendations of how to correct any deficiencies that we may or may not have.
11 Investigates requested the internal investigation's findings from the village through a public records request. We uncovered that Put-in-Bay paid more than 21,000 taxpayer dollars to a company called Paragon Investigations. However, we can't tell you what it found. A lawyer representing Put-in-Bay cited attorney-client privilege and did not provide those findings. But Dress says, investigations aside, changes are coming.
With Chief Kimball's leadership, already making changes in our policy, our style of policing, our training of de-escalation, of sensitivity, to make sure that kind of thing is never even possible on Put-in-Bay.
How troubling is it for you to know that this department has a history and is currently under investigation for allegedly mistreating people who look like you?
That's why I'm here. June 7th of last year, the Ottawa County Sheriff, Rutledge Jr., he placed a call to me. It was after the June 6th incident, and he said, "Brother, I need your help."
Put-in-Bay Chief James Kimball held the interim job for nearly a year before being permanently hired earlier in 2021. He tells 11 Investigates June 6th, 2020 was a turning point.
At that point, I made my decision to come back out. I was actually working at the federal courthouse in a great retirement job, but at that point, I knew I needed to get back out and maybe if I could make a difference, if I could make a change.
His overall life experience is quite diverse, which is so important for the diverse crowds that we have here from all kinds of life experiences.
Kimball tells me visitors and residents alike can expect a professional and respectful police force moving forward. We should note, we did reach out to the FBI via email 3 times about an update to its investigation. We did not get an answer. As for the lawsuits, attorney Ben Johnson tells me they have now been combined into one. It's still making its way through federal court. He did not make his clients available for interviews.